Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that holds a lot of people back from achieving their fitness goals. It's the fear of failure. And whether you're afraid of sticking with a program, not seeing the results, simply not meeting your expectations, fear can be paralyzing. But what if I told you that failure isn't something to fear, it's actually something to leverage? So Seth Godin, James Clear, Elon Musk, Clayton Christensen, these are all authors that have built success because they've embraced failure as part of the process. And this is what we're going to break down today. So the fear of failure, why it holds you back. The fear of failure often comes from past experiences, social pressures, unrealistic expectations. Maybe you've tried and failed before. Maybe you don't like that you don't have a lot of time, energy, or anything that's really motivated you. But here's the truth, failure is part of progress. Every time you fall short, you learn something valuable if you're willing to pay attention. So in Seth Godin's book, Embracing the Dip, he talks about the difference between strategic quitting and reactive quitting. The real test, he says, isn't necessarily the setbacks, it's whether or not you'll push through the inevitable dip. That's where things get hard and most people give up. In fitness, the dip might be week 3 of a new routine when motivation dips. It could be just hitting a weight loss plateau or struggling with meal prep or even just social pressures. The key is recognizing that the difficult part of mastery is redefining this approach. So James Clear, he's the author of Atomic Habits. So he emphasizes that success isn't just about setting goals, it's about building an identity of the person that you want to become. So instead of saying, I want to lose 20 pounds, we want to say, I'm the type of person that never misses a workout. Instead of focusing on perfection, you focus on systems and habits. Failure shrinks when we realize it's not about getting it right all the time. It's about making adjustments, reinforcing identity, and being more disciplined as a healthy individual. So then Elon Musk, he has built Tesla and SpaceX by embracing failure. And he expects things to go wrong. He expects that in the process. And so we need to try different approaches of what works with your body and your lifestyle, using setbacks as data, not defeat. But we need to remove ego, because failing doesn't mean that we're a failure. So if Elon gave up after every rocket launch, SpaceX wouldn't be the same. And this principle applies to your fitness. Every failed attempt gives you feedback for the next step. And then Clayton Christensen, he is so much about the long-term perspective. He's the author of The Innovator's Dilemma. And in that book, actually, he talks about how companies, they build things today for long-term success. So if we're looking at like a summer body, if we fail in the short term to achieve that, then that can derail progress in the long run. So the main thing he does in his book is he talks about how solutions come from consistent improvements. And this, again, ties back to what James Clear talks about how we need to make sure we're setting small incremental improvements focused on a long game. So putting this into action, so reframing failure, setback sprint, it really is a lifetime investment. When you're building habits over goals, this helps you to show up more consistently. And then remember, expect dips and use them almost as a rite of passage. Test, learn, iterate, change your nutrition. Look at how recovery is a continuous experiment. So fear of failure, it's just fear of temporary discomfort. Discomfort is what leads to growth. You shift your mindset from avoiding failure to learning from it, you unlock a whole new level of progress. I love something Seth Godin says. He says, winners quit the right things at the right time. Don't quit on your health, your energy, and your long-term fitness. We need to keep pushing. We need to keep refining. We need to use failure as fuel. So thanks for tuning in. If this helped you, please share it with someone that needs to hear this. Stay strong.